The first birth trauma myth is that only high intervention or complicated births are associated with upset or birth trauma. So let's bust that myth, Pam.
Oh, right. Myth busting. I used to think that when I first started doing birth story work, I was convinced that it was the intervention that was causing trauma and causing disappointment and negativity. But as I really started paying attention to what the storytellers were telling me, and as they took their story apart and reconstructed it, what I found is it was rarely directly and only about the intervention. It was about relationship, the relationship to someone that they thought would behave differently or show up differently or show up at all, or the relationship to themselves or their beliefs or their body. And that was just such an amazing discovery to me. I mean, it's in the context of the medical story, but the medical story wasn't it, actually.
Yeah, well, it's funny because sometimes the most straightforward births on paper that you'd think, well, what would you be upset about? They can have just as much upset, disappointment, conflict as any other birth. Sometimes it's because the birth went too quick and they felt out of control. And it's not always what you think. It's not always the things you think in a birth story that are going to be the things that people are left upset about or disappointed or feeling out of control about. It's quite surprising.
Yeah.